Hello there, comic book fans. I am back from the comic shop this week, and I picked up 6 comics, plus some new poly bags. What did it all run me? 20... I can't remember. $26, I think it was. I think the comics were, let's see, about 18, and the bags were 7, something around there. But anyway, that's what I spent this week. Got a couple of new number ones. This, as you can see here, is the big number one of the week. Brian K. Vaughan and Cliff Chiang, Paper Girls. Gotta say, I really don't like this cover. Just the whole yellow and magenta and black thing doesn't do it for me. But I can see they were trying to make it stand out on the stands. I'm guessing, just because, why else would you make your cover bright yellow? But have no idea what this is about, besides some Paper Girls. Seems to be getting good reviews. I'll give it a read. Usually, I find with Brian K. Vaughan's work, for me, is very artist-dependent. And everybody seems to like Cliff Chiang's work, but I don't think I've read much of Cliff Chiang's work. I've certainly seen his drawing. His drawing is certainly good. But I don't know that I can't think of anything I've ever read that he's drawn. So I fully expect to like Paper Girls number one. Now I'll have to see if I actually do. And the second number one I got for the week is The Saints number one. I really like this cover, I must say. I feel like I flipped through it. The art inside looks kind of cool. Not your usual sort of thing, sort of a cel-shaded style, a little bit of. I do not remember what this is about, by Mackey and Lewis. I'm not sure who Mackey and Lewis are. Let's see, Sean Lewis, Benjamin Mackey. But it's a $2.99 book. I liked the cover, so I must have, I ordered this like a month ago through my shop. They email me the final order cutoff with what books they are, and then if there's usually number one, I'll look up the preview online or whatever. And I guess I liked this one. We'll see how this one is. And then Copperhead is back, number 10. Wow, we'll see. We left off in the middle of this story. There she is. She's trying to rescue her deputy. They just entered this giant fortress/city of criminals. Don't want to get don't want to show too much in this. We'll just give you a glimpse of things because I don't want to spoil it. I guess she's in disguise. Doesn't want them to know she's in the sheriff in the city of criminals. But Copperhead's always a fun story. Space western. They're on some frontier planet trying to keep justice. There are bad guys everywhere trying to stop them from keeping justice. Nice story. We'll see how this issue is. And here we go with The Surface, number 4. I think this is the last issue of this. I think this turned into a mini, or was a mini all along. You know how Image is. Blink feed. We have nothing more to sell you than the clickbait years are over, whatever that means. Weird story about what is reality. Takes place in the future. Oh, look, more quotes. Dream diary. Strange drawings. I've been enjoying this one. Don't know what much more to say about it except, let's see, a bunch of kids went on some sort of journey to find the nature of reality, and of course the one kid's dad messed everything up and the other kid betrayed him. It's probably a metaphor for something, but I just find the drawings neat. They make it look like an old, what is that, a Dell comic it's supposed to look like an old one of? What's on the back? And the poem, I think, is Only Your Voice Speaking, Virginia Woolf, The Waves. Okay, whatever that means. Like I said, it's not for everyone, The Surface, but, 4-issue series. It was fun while it lasted. I'll get something new in its place. Next we have the Imperium, or no, just Imperium number 9. I don't think I've ever noticed there was no "the" before. I've been calling it the Imperium. The Vine Imperative, Part 1. Looks like Cafu is drawing this one. He's a decent artist. I've seen his stuff before. I've never been a fan of these floating giant lettering captions. I don't know why. But I enjoy the Imperium. Like, I would rather see that in a little yellow box with type, the Foundation Zone, Somali Coast, than in those big floating white letters. I don't know. It's just a strange preference of mine. It doesn't really matter that much either way. The Imperium is like I said, the last of my Valiant comics. I think is worth $3.99. Story of Harada here, the villain of the Valiant universe, trying to build a better world, but the heroes don't want him to. And it's an interesting piece because it's a supervillain team trying to do good, but are they trying to do good? There's all sorts of areas of gray in this book. And it's a fun superhero book. So if you got to get one Valiant book, make it the Imperium. Or Imperium, pardon me. There's no the. Fake laugh. And finally, we have Southern Bastards number 11. Do we have a new character here? Or is it I can't remember. This third story arc of Southern Bastards has been going into the lives of some of the more minor characters in the town. Well, I guess they're only minor in that they haven't gone into their lives yet before, of this Southern Bastards town. Second story arc gave us Coach, who kind of runs the town, Coach Boss. And then for a couple issues we had his right-hand man, the sheriff. And now I think this is another right-hand man. I think we had the other right-hand man who was this crazy, violent redneck guy. I think that was last issue. And this might be that same guy, or it might be somebody new. I don't know. But enjoying Southern Bastards thoroughly. This must be a new guy. He's got a deer at a hunting shack. The other guy didn't have a deer at a hunting shack. Flashbacks to snake bites. So, nice little rural church. But good story. If you like, these are just kind of slice of life stories about living in the South in a town that's filled with a lot of not so nice people who run it, and there's football and beer and violence and crime and drugs and all sorts of that fun stuff to read about. So if you're looking for something that's not a pick-me-up, read Southern... Oh, by the way, speaking of not a pick-me-up, I have to mention that I read the last issue of Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses. Holy cow. It was about one of the... It's always about criminals, but this was an especially tough one. It was like, Stray Bullets is full of criminals and people coming to bad ends, but that issue was especially, wow, people coming to bad ends. But anyway, Stray Bullets, Sunshine and Roses, a good book. Jason Aaron and Jason Latour's Southern Bastards, a good book. Check them both out. Finally, we'll give you a look at our background, my background art here. These are two of my faux comic book covers to the Enigma. I made them both the Enigma Prison #1. I must have made an alternate cover to my cover. I don't know. When did I do this? What's the date on this? Oh, there's no date on that one. There's a date on this one. 9/29/2010. So no wonder I didn't know what I was thinking when I did that, because it was 5 years ago. But they're both full figure covers, I guess. Two different styles of drawing of women, both kind of strange, weird graphic design of her, and the weird cartoony design of her. And I've also got that one. Look at that. That one says alternate cover on it. I made an imaginary real cover and an imaginary alternate cover. I am just full of good ideas in 2010. But anyway, I've almost got the comic I've been working on ready to go, which I'll be releasing digitally. So I will let you guys know when it'll be available on Amazon, Comixology, Apple, or wherever else I can get it. So you guys have a good week out there and keep reading comics.